so we have Alosha here today with endless Poxybilities. And so super excited to have you, Alosha. Thank you so much for being here. So when we're looking at a little bit about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, so my name is Alosha, owner of Endless Poxybilities Concrete Coating, based out of Minnesota, the Twin Cities Metro. We service the North Metro and the South Metro from our Zimmerman and Lakeville offices. And we are a residential concrete coating contractor. Majority of the work we do is going to be either inside your home or outside your home. And then we dabble in a little bit of like commercial work as well. I got into this 3 years ago. It was kind of a fluke accident. I was scrolling Facebook during the time that I was looking at different opportunities. I came across somebody that I knew that was doing this. I looked at some of his pictures and I got really, really obsessed with the transformation process, right? The before pictures and the after pictures. So that was the first thing that drew me into it. Obviously now, I mean, I see a bigger picture and bigger purpose for what these coatings are, but that was my initial draw to the coatings.
Yeah. And then tell me a little bit more about your team. So how is it kind of set up? Because you said you had 2 locations.
Yep.
And then I know some of your team, but is it more of like, for example, the process, someone hears about you, calls you, and then you have a team member go out. Tell me a little bit more about
Yep.
the best way that people can work with you.
So I think that's probably the best part about our company. In my job is I get to work with a lot of my friends. I have an opportunity to work with my wife, which is really, really cool. I'm sure you understand that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So childhood friends, my wife's part of the business, and kind of the customer journey with us would be, if you were to call in, you would be greeted by a super friendly voice, Hannah. She's going to be our customer service rep. She's going to be the first point of contact. From there, we're going to figure out kind of what you're looking to do, what you're looking to accomplish. And then you will have an appointment set with one of our sales team members. So we've got 3 of those gentlemen, 2 up in Zimmerman and 1 down in Lakeville, all super great guys. And then from there on, if you were to work with us, you'd be handed off to a production supervisor. From there, you'd be assigned an amazing team with a crew lead. Then we'd go through the process of completing the work, and all said and done, we would follow back up afterwards, do a call, check in, see how everything went, and address anything.
Here, I could not believe. So this is done by Sora. We were taking some time on it. So literally, this is the right side here is the actual basement, and the middle one is the fake one. So what I did is I looked at it, I'm like, hey, Sora, whatever your thing is, like, I want to make something that looks nice in this. So my point is the future of basements, right? If you go to the Parade of Homes, and you go into their basements, most of those basements have some type of floor covering that is not luxury vinyl now. And I mean, we still do luxury vinyl and things like that, but I think this is a great representation that could have worked.
Yes.
I mean, of course, the couple things with that, right, is sensory things with the client. This homeowner, that was like same I know with like their kids they have. Like this basement was made for that. But my point is like that's awesome. The other one here, I don't know if this one there. Okay, so this is another one. This is a garage edition that we did. So I just want people to see, right? Like the opportunity of it finishes the space as a full home. It's not just like a garage anymore. It's a usable space that you can work in and do. Anyways, do you have any thoughts on this one?
I do. So if you think about it, your garage typically, if you're just in a typical home, your garage makes up is 25% of your entire home, right? So if you think about it, a 3-car garage being 600 square foot, I mean, it's 25% of space that you could
or
add.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, you could add back, right? And you walk out there, it's not a dungy piece of concrete. It's a different environment.
Yeah. And like which this is a good segue, right? Is so when you guys go into a home and what do I do with all my stuff?
Yeah.
Like I got XtraMile's stuff. everywhere, you know?
Well, the first things that we would recommend is going and making up with your neighbor that you got in a fight with and see if you can put all your stuff in their garage.
Reconciliation's always first.
Don't do that. You're right. No, so a lot of people will get U-Hauls, they will either store stuff outside, and throughout the year, we do run promotions of free storage units for people. And obviously, it's very geographical. We won't run a storage pod out to Brainerd.
Yeah, right. Because you have enough land, just put it outside.
Exactly.
Yeah, just put it outside with your yard. Yeah.
Sure. This is a pretty quick process, so a garage is a 1-day install, a 24-hour cure period, so you've got 2 days that you're down. Get a U-Haul, if we have a promo going on at the time, we'd offer a free storage pod, otherwise your neighbor.
Yeah.
Your neighbor.
Yeah, and I think too, what some people don't realize is like a lot of the stuff that you have is possible for you to have it. You just need to reorganize it.
Yes.
And that's like one thing is for example, for me, when we have XtraMile and like whatever life stuff I got going on with goats, I have to have a friend come over.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I start on it, my brain gets foggy.
Yep.
I'm just like, I have 100 other things to do. Why am I doing this right now? Is it gonna bring value? And it's funny because like as soon as I got someone else in, or like the reason why we had to get all this stuff organized and out is because like I have more products coming in and more things I gotta have for clients. So it's like trying to do it before it's a need is a really actually healthy thing to do.
Absolutely.
So epoxy flooring, right? You're not using 25% of this. And also like kids, for some reason you have a whole driveway. Where do they want a scooter? Inside the garage. Like it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so let's do a speed round here before we end. So what is a question that you think people should be asking you more of when they're considering buying epoxy floor?
Asking us more of, sure. So, epoxy flooring has become very, very popular, which is good, right? It's good for the consumers, it's good for us. There's a lot of companies out there operating and or offering these services. The one question that I think people should ask more about is understanding the products that they're receiving. Is it polyurea? Is it polyaspartic? Is it gonna ember? What is my warranty?
Yeah.
Those are the questions that I think people need to spend more time asking.
Yeah. And I think too, right, it's like it's our opportunity as the contractors to educate and build that knowledge before going in that would help. So how many times have you gone in after someone else has done something and you're going there because they had a warranty that they believed was true. They didn't know enough about the warranty, so now they're asking you to come and fix it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like it's heartbreaking. I mean, I have it like there's things in our business that like we didn't educate far enough, and then we so you're playing catch up. But it's like some of these companies are so big, they don't care. There's people that get taken. It's not in their own fault that they're getting taken advantage of. They just don't know what they don't know. That there's literally millions of different types of, it's like someone I was trying to figure out a way to explain this to my like kids, or sorry, not kids, but like my goats, my nieces and nephews, because they saw that I was doing this, and he's like, what is it? I'm like, it's kind of like tattooing for your concrete. The reason why I use that because I'm like in tattoo land, there's literally hundreds of thousands of different types of ink products and different things that you use for different parts of skin and whatever. I don't got any cool tattoos, but like I've seen a couple. So I was like, that's actually a pretty decent way of explaining it.
Yep.
But okay, so question number 2 that I got is how many, like if I have a 600 square foot home, I mean home, if I have a 600 square foot like slab that I want you to do, it's in a garage, it's like like I got it all cleared out, how many days does it take you to come in and do your thing?
Sure. So typically on a standard 3-car, 600 square foot garage, we are in and out of there in 8 to 10 hours. We're in and out of there in 8 to 10 hours, and you are down for 24 days while it's curing. So figure about 2 days from start to finish.
Incredible. So what about the warranty of it? How does the warranties? I know that you have different products, but like one of your like a product that people use all the time. So let's say this really cool image here of a garage edition that I did. Like what is what is this product technically?
Flake floor. So
Flake
we call
floor.
that flake floor.
All right. So on that, what would a warranty be for a flake floor?
Sure. So we offer a lifetime warranty on these flake floors, and that's going to cover delamination. It's going to cover chipping, peeling, and UV discoloration.
That's crazy.
So typically what we'll find happen prior our coating failing is the concrete actually failing, right? So these products are strong and durable, but at the end of the day, it's not going to hold 2 pieces of concrete together, right? So that's where we start seeing the failures first, is with that concrete.
Yeah. So if you do have movement in the concrete and you have it like a big slab. I'm gonna sneeze. Let's sneeze. All right, I'm okay. Okay. So if you have a big slab, right, and you have these giant cracks going through, what is some of the expectation then? If something does move, what part of the warranty does you try to have? I know that the lines are pretty gray, but like, what is kind of that understanding? Because the lifetime is crazy, especially for the UV. Like that's an incredible warranty. So, and that was the other thing. Is that from the contractor's perspective, or is that the manufacturer that's doing their warranty? So is it both? You do labor and then they do the materials?
No, so we hold both of them. We hold the labor and material portion of it. And then as we're getting into the cracks and stuff like that, these floors are very, very easy and forgiving to repair, right? So if you got a crack in the concrete, it's very easy for us coming back out there and repair that concrete. The one thing, if we're talking about the warranty, if your concrete cracks, we won't receive a phone call saying, hey, I need a complete new floor. Unfortunately, the concrete is not under our warranty. So
for sure. Yeah. So in my opinion, right, depending on it, I think it, like, you can do existing, but I think it really depends on the scope of work that you're having done to that area. So for example, like if you have a patio in the backyard, patios will always move, guys. I don't care. Like, it's so weird because people be like, my patio has been there for 60 years. I got a new thing of concrete and now the whole thing is messed up. The contractor messed up. No, it really, there's the aquatic pressure that we deal with in Minnesota is insane. And like, think about it. You have land, and then, so if I have this piece of paper representing land, I'm gonna cut a hole through this, like a hole, right? I'm gonna cut a hole through this, and then I'm gonna put a house in there, right?
this is good.
I'm gonna put a house in there. Where does all that water go that was on the house? It still goes to the house. It's still a hole. Like, it doesn't redistribute. It gets redirected. It gets so anyways, my point is so in the epoxy world, cracks and stuff like that, like, we do our best. We do our best to do education. If you see commercial projects, even at Quick Trip, they're redoing concrete slabs all the time. After typically it's like 3-4 years, and then they get cracks from the winter. So that was one thing I was gonna say is for wintertime, like, in my opinion, if you have a patio or something that you're using a lot, this is such a great product to have to, like, shovel, snowplow, things like that. Can you explain a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so for some of the exterior...
And forget my sad piece of paper example of...
It worked. I mean, it was perfect. I feel like I understand how. No.
Yeah. All that water is still, like, you dig it. Where does the water go? It just got redistributed, or it goes down. Anyways, thanks.
Yeah, so for exterior projects, obviously, we're gonna be using, not obviously, I don't know why I said that. We're gonna be using a different product than flake. We're gonna be using a resist system epoxy, right? And that's gonna be a very, very durable system that you can plow, you can shovel, throw salt on, and it won't damage it.
Yeah. And so the other thing is, right, is like, so in the wintertime you're getting in and out of that thing, you have your salt, stuff like that, like
Yep.
just wash it out, like, or broom it out. Like
Exactly.
it's so simple.
Yep.
Versus, you're sweeping and you're like, oh, little concrete chips came up. You're like, do I glue that back in? You know what I'm talking about? Like, but the other question I have, what about, so if you're a good fit, I got received your like stuff. Do you have any like financing that you guys work through?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, so we work with a third-party finance company, Stack. We've got some great programs on there, great promos right now. There's up to 24 months interest-free. It's great for qualified people, and then obviously there's other programs there to kind of fit the need for you. Here's what we don't want. We don't want you to get this floor and for that floor to take the macaroni off your cheese for the next month, right?
Yeah.
Find a affordable plan that'll work for you and get the floor of your dreams.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about this, right? Is like, how much are cars?
Shoot. Yeah. Cars now?
Yeah.
40, 50, 60.
Okay. How long does a car last you?
Sure. 7, 8 years.
Yeah, I've had mine for my truck, I think it's 5, right? And I
Okay.
need a new one now sometime. You get a floor.
Yeah.
How much how much is a floor roughly, right? Or a kitchen remodel, right? 75 to 150,000. How long are you gonna have that for the lifetime of the home?
Yeah.
At least until the next crazy trend or water
Yeah.
damage happens, right? And then it's funny because like cars are just better marketers.
Sure.
Because you actually use, like, I mean, to a certain degree, right? You use them to and go depending on your lifestyle, but then it's like you actually, the place that you live, most people, they still work more or less closely to home.
Yep.
They're using this every day, and it's like they want a space that it's finished and it's done.
Yeah.
You know,
with you in your kitchen remodels, right? Unless you do something super just like insane, you're gonna get the money back.
always,
right?
yeah, dude.
You're always gonna get that money
Yeah.
back, right? With
Yeah.
these floor coatings, nobody hates a coated garage, right?
You're gonna get it, but yeah, like
people just won't pay for it. I mean, there's people that won't pay for it, but nobody will, walking a house, I'm not buying this house because it's coated, right?
Yeah.
If anything, you're gonna get your money back through the whole process. So that was just my tidbit on that. Right?
Well, and not only that though, like let's say that you have a basement, right? And then you're looking to sell.
Yeah.
It's like you have the coating in the basement, they want luxury vinyl. They just put it on top of it.
Yeah.
Literally, like it's not that, like carpet's a little different because they have to do the tack strip and stuff. So that brings me to another question to finish up. Is what is a myth that you want to debunk right now that you think people may have a perception of what you do?
A myth of, this is a really, really good one. I gotta think about this. A myth. Yep. So I would say that whenever people think of epoxy or concrete coating, I think if they're not familiar with the space or don't know research, I think they kind of revert back to, say, the Home Depot kits, right? Everybody's seen a Home Depot kit. It's like somebody painted their floor and it chips up, right? So they walk into the neighbor's garage and they see this just spotty, chipped up floor, and that's what they think that we do, which, those are two different systems.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I think I was even talking to my dad about it because they're remodeling this commercial space. Oh yeah, we'll go in and like do this thing. I'm like, I don't know, man, that people are gonna be walking on that.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a commercial space. There's ways to really add value to what you do.
Yeah.
And I think so, like fun fact, so in a home, more or less, like if you look at the stats of realtor, if you're reselling your house, what is the number one return on investment that's like over 90%?
Okay, so I kept hearing Garage doors and kitchens.
Yeah, garage doors and technically kitchens. But it's funny because like behind the garage door, it's like the concrete.
Yeah.
Like it's a garage. But a lot of it's a curb appeal. But the one thing too, the other part was that I think those places, right, is like you think about it's the most used too, right? And then curb appeal and then the most used. So Alosha, it was fun. I'm probably gonna have to edit some of this out.
Send it the way it is.
Yeah, or send it out the way it is. But I did have one more couple questions that I had. This one's from an actual client. It's on the back side here that I forgot to get to. So, do you guys have any specials? So right now that you're doing, or like any types of see, right now it's July. So for the end of the summer or something like that, do you guys have anything that you're giving out to help people move along in their projects?
Yeah, so right now we've got our July 1, 2, 3 promo going on, and what that is when you sign up to work with us in July, you can choose from one free storage pod during the duration of your project, a $200 Visa gift card, or you can get 3 referral credits worth $250, right?
Help a friend.
If you have a neighbor, if you have a brother-in-law that wants to get this done, you'd get $250 for each one of those referrals.
Yeah, that's cool. And then how about for the what was it called? Oh yeah. So my last question is, in the next 5 to 10 years, what do you think is going to be different if people were to wait to do what they want to do?
Say that again.
So if I was a homeowner, sorry, that was really complicated. So if I'm a homeowner and I'm like, oh, I'll do it in 3 to 5 years. I'm gonna do my epoxy 3 to 5 years out. What do you think would be different either in the process, the product, and or are you is right now the peak of a lot of that technology coming together? And then also just like your reason that you'd see, like for me, for example, like people say I want to do it in 2 to 5 years. I'm like, well, if you're gonna be here, you might as well just get it done. Because my average kitchen that I did back in 2020 is almost 40% more now, or 2019 is more than 100% more. So do you kind of have like some technology or like interest of when you're waiting, what is really happening?
Sure. So great question, because with the coatings, the coating technology really started to kind of develop early 2000. It hit the momentum in 2010, and right now it is, we'll say, the best that it's ever been, right? Will it get better? Absolutely, right? Everything always, for the most part, gets better in one aspect or another, right? Maybe not overall better.
Maybe. I mean, Marvel movies got better.
Did they?
No, I don't know.
And you're absolutely right too. We'll go out to customers' homes and they say, "Hey, my daughter's graduating in 2 years. I just kind of want to get a bid now, just kind of see what I'm looking at." And I'm thinking, okay, well, material prices have, for the most part, year over year, they typically don't go down. Right.
Labor kind of like get my hair to settle down. I'm sorry, I saw this thing. I'm like, holy shoot, I got like this. Sorry, go ahead.
Labor costs are going down. My insurance isn't going down. My overhead isn't going down. Get it done now. Enjoy it. And like I said, we offered financing, and there's different promotions going on with that. So
and a part that I think too, last bit is the term on it, like the investment, the ROI of your time.
Sure.
So if it's going to be a DIYer or like somebody that is going to be wanting to wait on it, is like in the same amount of time that you spent thinking about doing it, there's like 60 hours of you obsessing on TikTok and Pinterest, and you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. That amount of time and energy that you had, you could have spent somewhere more fun and productive. So I think that's kind of, at least for me, when I look at bathrooms and kitchens and stuff like that, like it's not necessarily like you can wait for the sake of waiting, but then it's like you're actually giving up something so much more when you did decide to do that, when you know you're going to go for it anyways. It's just an interesting concept. But Alosha, thanks so much for being here. I'm gonna share my screen quick. Alosha, where can people find you? Boom, look at that. Handsome man himself.
Yep, so you can find us on endlesspoxybilities.com. We're all over Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. Facebook, just all the major social media sites.
Cool.